Hey guys, Tyler here for another quick how-to video. Today we're working on a 2008 Chevy Impala, and we're going to change the cabin air filter. This video should cover the Impala from 2006 to 2013, including the engine variations of 3.5, 3.9, and the 5.3. We're going to go ahead and get started with step one. Alrighty, for step one, it's actually pretty simple. The first thing we're going to do is just go ahead and take off the rubber seal that kind of seals the hood to the little cowl piece, the plastic piece. So Mike's going to go ahead and take off the rubber piece. So as you can see, it literally just peels away. For step two, it's also pretty simple. There's just a couple body clips that if you use a little body tool, you can just pop the clips right off. So Mike's going to go ahead and do that now too. Let's see. So as we pop them off, the last one I'll have Mike show you guys what they look like. And like I said, they're pretty easy to get off, especially if you have the correct tool for it. It's kind of like a little body pick tool. But this is something that the dealership will charge you a good amount of money to do, when really it's something that you can do by yourself. So let me see. This is the tool that you want to use. As you can see, it's got two little pieces off to the side to go around the clips and pry them up. And then this is the clips that you're going to be taking off. They're actually kind of hard for the camera to focus on it, but they're two small pieces that come together and you just pop them apart. So there's that. And there are how many clips, Mike? Three? Two. So once you get the two clips off, you can kind of move on to the next step, which is popping the entire cowl off. So we're going to go ahead and start that now. Okay, so like I said, for our next step, Mike's just going to go ahead and pull the plastic cowl off here. Go ahead, Mike. So as you can see, he's just kind of lifting up on it, and it just all comes apart, so you can pull that off to the side. And then right behind that cowl is actually where the filter itself is. So I'm going to move the camera so you guys can actually see what it looks like. Alrighty, so now that we've pulled the larger cowl piece off, there's actually another small piece of plastic underneath it. So Mike's just going to go ahead and pop that off. It's really simple. You can kind of just pull up on it, as you can see, and then there's the filter underneath, which looks like it has not been replaced in a little while, so we're going to go ahead and pop that out. Okay, so take a look at the filter. So as you can see, this filter is pretty shot. There's a lot of debris on the inside, and it's kind of, covered in dust and full of dust and stuff. And this will actually affect the flow of air coming in through your heater and air conditioning. So it's good to change this every once in a while. I think they recommend every once a year, but obviously sometimes people leave that a little bit longer. So now we'll show you the difference between the old filter and the new filter. So now that Mike has both of the filters side by side, the left side you can see is the old filter and the right side is the new filter. So if your filter looks anything like the left-hand side, you definitely want to replace it for a nice new one. That way you can have optimal airflow for your heating and air conditioning in your car. And also all the dirt and stuff that's trapped in that filter eventually does make its way into the car when it's really dirty like this. So replacing it is definitely crucial. So we just wanted to point it out before you go and put the filter back into the car. Always to make sure to look on the side of the filter. As you can see, it says airflow, and that's just showing the direction of the flow of the air. So you want to have that facing down so the air comes in, goes through the filter, and then into the car. So now we're just going to kind of go through putting everything back together. It's pretty much just doing everything in reverse, but we'll go ahead and show you the steps. So Mike is just going to go ahead and throw the filter back into the car. So same way that you took the filter out of the car, you're just going to go ahead and pop it right back in. Make sure it's kind of sitting in its little box there. And then we're going to go ahead and put that second cowl piece back on, the little plastic one. Should just pop right back into place. And then once you have that back into place, you're going to take the larger of the two cowl pieces and go ahead and throw that back on too. And something that I forgot to mention earlier, the tube for the windshield wiper fluid is also connected to the cowl. So just make sure that you're careful not to pull that out when you're moving it back around. But once you have your cowl piece back on, we're just going to go ahead and throw those clips back in, and the job is pretty much done at that point. So we'll go ahead and throw them back in and show you what everything looks like when it's all finished. So like I mentioned earlier, these are the clips that hold in the cowl piece, and they're actually two separate pieces that come into one piece. So you have your bottom piece that goes in first, and then the smaller top piece clips into the bottom piece. So Mike's going to go ahead and throw them in real quick. And like I had mentioned earlier, this is something that, you know, you could do in the garage with minimal tools, and it's something that the dealership will charge you a good amount of money. So definitely just, you can go to your local auto parts store and have them look up the cabin air filter for your car. It's pretty cheap. How much did you get that one for, Mike?
Like $10.
So for about $10, you can do this job by yourself and save yourself a good amount of money. So if you guys have any questions about the car or the air filter, leave them down below. We'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more how-to videos and car content. Thanks.